Good evening. How are you? Very soon it'll be the new year, so I want to wish you all a very happy new year. Now, I've been thinking very seriously about the new year because the last few years for me have not been very good, but I'm hoping that this next new year will be amazing. So, I have this little chat for you. Hold the lantern high, Daddy. Birds sang their evening songs of praise. Crickets and frogs chorused in unison. Glowworms lit their tiny lamps, and squeaking bats flitted overhead. Like an elegant lady gathering up her skirts, the velvet blackness of the West African night descended on the school campus, situated just outside the town of Aba in Nigeria. The figures of a man and a child, surrounded by a glow of light cast by the tui lamp, held in the right hand of the man, moved slowly around the campus as the man checked that all the doors and windows were locked and barred for the night. The elongated shadows of these two people stretched before them, just touching the edge of the circle of light that surrounded them. All about them in the darkness were strange sounds, the slither of a snake, or the rustle of a rat, or some other nocturnal animal. The child shivered and slipped her small hand into the comforting warmth of her father's. He looked down at her fondly. "Time for you to go home to Mummy," he announced as they reached the corner of the school. The school stood at the bottom of the long dirt road that led to the teacher's house at the top of the compound. Lights twinkled back from the house. "But Daddy, it's so dark. I can't see the way," pleaded the child. "Won't you come with me?" "Sorry, darling, I can't," replied the man, squeezing the small hand reassuringly. "I have to go and lock up the buildings on the other side of the road. Then I'll have to make sure that all the boys in the dorm are safely tucked up in bed. It's time for you to go home to Mummy." The child shivered. She did not like the thought of travelling the long dark road ahead. "Daddy, I don't like the dark," she pleaded. "Don't worry," replied her father. "I'll stand here and hold the lantern so you can see your way. Just keep your eyes on the lights in the house as you run. Mummy is there and I'm here. All you have to do is to give me a wave when you reach the top of the veranda steps." The child nodded. "You will hold the lantern high, Daddy, won't you?" she pleaded, a tremble in her voice. "You will hold the lantern high so that I can see the way." The father held the lantern high, and the light spilled out and shone a good way up the road the child must take. She ran swiftly towards the house. "Hold the lantern high, Daddy," she called as she sped up the road. Father watched as the small figure disappeared into the velvet blackness beyond the range of the beam of light that shone from the lantern held aloft in his left hand. A few minutes later, a distant figure appeared, waving triumphantly from the veranda of the teacher's house. The father waved back and then turned and continued on his nightly rounds. In one of his Christmas broadcasts to his subjects, King George VI spoke these words, "And I said to the man who stood at the gate of the year, 'Give me a light that I might tread safely into the unknown.' And he replied, 'Go out into the darkness and put your hand in the hand of God. That shall be better to you than a light and safer than a known way.' Jesus himself declared that he was the light of the world, and that anyone who followed him would not walk in darkness, but would have the light of life. As we stand on the threshold of the new year, we don't know what lies ahead. Won't you put your hand in the hand of Father God and trust him to guide you and be your light in the darkness of the year ahead? Won't you ask him to hold the lantern high, just as I asked my daddy to do all those years ago? Hold the lantern high, Daddy. This is precisely what we can ask Father God to do for us at the start of this new year. He is our Father, and he will show us the way. All we have to do is to ask him." Now, that is the last little story there is in my book called A Traveller's Tales, and it dates back to the time when I was a child living in Nigeria. So, anyway, I wish you all the most wonderful new year, and may it be full of love, laughter, wealth, all the blessings that you can possibly have poured upon you. And my thoughts are with you, and I just wish everything good for you. Bye.